Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're playing Superstar JYP and Superstar STAYC. Gonna be going over the February 15, 2024 updates where we have some new limited themes. We have a brand new item and star pass in the Power Up Star Pass, and then it is the last week to wrap up any sort of Valentine's Day things that are going on. So starting off with Superstar JYP, we do have the new Xdinary Heroes limited theme, Bad Chemical. Now this is gonna be your standard OT6 banner where after you stack up enough points, you will get the R grade card selector from the limited period point reward. And again, selectors are really good for completing your set. So let's say you're pulling into this banner, you only have 5 of the 6 members, but if you get the R grade card selector, you can just pick the 6th member and complete your OT6 limited theme. So I really like the R grade card selectors, and OT6 is a lot easier because of it. Looking at the packages you can buy the special package for $21, the profile set for $10, the starter package for $7.50, the R package which comes with 1 R grade card and 2 A grade cards for the limited theme, as well as 59 points for the point reward for 590 diamonds, and then 1 random A grade card as well as 15 points for 150 diamonds. So the nice thing about OT6 is that because of these packages, it's actually a lot easier to complete them, whether it's the fact that you get 3 cards from the R package, so that's basically half the group as long as you get different members. It's a lot easier to complete OT6 than any other number of groups, especially those that are low like the Soloist, because there's only 3 cards, and instead of the R grade card selector, you just get a random R grade card. And then the groups that have a large number of members, such as like Twice or Stray Kids, where there's 8-9 members, and you do have to collect at least A grade or above for all of them in order for it to count for the mission event. OT6 is that nice sweet spot where you get the card selector and you don't have to collect too many members. Looking at the mission event itself though, it is going to be pretty standard where you'll play the song 5 times and get a limited theme A grade card, and then for each new member that you get, you will complete one of these mission 2 themes, where the first 3 members you get that are all different will give you a B grade card. Remember that these B grade cards are mostly for collecting unless you get 2 of the same member that are B grade, and then you can combine them to get an A grade, and that'll help you with mission 2. But generally see this as helping you complete out your collection, trying to get all 6 members without having to spend too many diamonds. Now, the nice thing about this mission event is that if you like Xdinary Heroes and you want to complete the mission event all the way through, you can enter for a raffle for a signed Polaroid, and generally my thoughts are these are more worth it if you like the group, because this is a physical item you can get. It's very one of a kind and no one else is going to have it. So if you really like the group Xdinary Heroes and you want this signed Polaroid, definitely give it a shot, because this is a very unique item and generally worth it in my opinion if you really like the group. Moving on to the next limited theme, we have the new Jihyo theme, Room. Now, talking about what I was saying earlier with the Soloist and these 3 card themes, it's a lot harder to complete them because the limited period point reward is going to give you just a random R grade card. So imagine spending a lot of diamonds and stuff just to get 250 points, just to get an R grade card that you already have can be very disappointing. Looking at the packages that you can buy the special package for $21, the profile package for $13, which is a little bit more expensive than your standard profile package, but it does also give you 50 diamonds. You can buy the starter package for $7.50, 1 random R grade card for 300 diamonds. So this is going back to what I said earlier, where you can spend a lot of diamonds on like a Soloist or a group that only has 4 members, and you're just pulling for a bunch of random cards with absolutely no guarantee. Means that I could technically pull into this R grade card like 5 times and still be missing a theme. And then even after I collect enough points for the R grade random card from the limited period point reward, I could still end up with only 2 of the 3 cards, which would feel really bad. So just keep that in mind when you pull for Soloists or groups that have less than 6 members. It's kind of going to be a big risk if you can collect all of the cards. Now, one nice thing about the Jihyo Room theme package offer is that there is going to be a card pack 30 where you could spend 35,000 RP and have a chance for a room limited theme. Now, I've already done the math for this, so here it is on the screen for anyone who wants to see it. Basically, what that, I want to say, 3rd row means is that basically every single pull there's about a 50% chance that you're gonna get a Jihyo room card. The trait is that it could be any grade, so it could be R grade, it could be C grade. It doesn't really let you pick, but as long as you're all about collecting and you don't actually care about completing the mission event, pulling into the card pack 30 isn't such a bad idea, because you basically need to buy it about like 5 to 7 times, and that's a decent shot at getting all of the cards. Granted, they might be C grade or B grade, so you can't complete the mission event, but that's not such a bad deal. Now, for example, I've pulled into that package 5 times, and in terms of what I've gotten, if we go to my inventory here, so again, I've pulled 5 times and I've gotten 4 cards, and 3 of those 4 cards were the same. So keep that in mind, that you're pulling for about 5 to 7 times in order to have a decent chance at getting all of the cards. Alright, if we head back over to the notices, we're actually going to check out the mission event next. So once this loads up, the nice thing about the Jihyo mission event is that if you really like Jihyo, if you're a Jihyo stan, completing all of the missions in the mission event doesn't just get you 1 wallpaper, but it gets you 3 wallpapers. So let's go ahead, head over to the mission event. So these are going to be standard, where for a soloist, once you complete the song 5 times, you'll get a random A grade card. As you collect more of those A grade cards, you get random S grade cards, so not related to the theme at all. Again, if you complete all of the missions for the mission event, you will end up with 3 new Jihyo room wallpapers, and if you really like the aesthetic, I totally get it. They look like really nice wallpapers, so just keep that in mind. But again, it's going to be a little bit harder to complete the set because it's all random. There's absolutely no guaranteed chance amongst any of the packages. Alright, moving on to Superstar STAYC, we have one new limited theme, and it is going to be a TEENFRESH limited theme. And what I want to say about this is we need non-limited theme TEENFRESH cards. There is only one TEENFRESH theme that is non-limited, and there's like 6 limited TEENFRESH themes, making it very hard to level up TEENFRESH cards outside of the actual banner of release. So for example, for this Be Mine, if you don't get all of them basically S grade, R grade, it might be a little bit difficult to level them up outside of the event, because you'd have to level them up with other TEENFRESH cards, and because there's only one non-limited TEENFRESH theme, it's very hard to collect them and makes it very hard to level up TEENFRESH cards outside of the actual banner of release. So please, 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 Dalcom, if you're watching this video, release more TEENFRESH themes that are non-limited, please. But other than that, it is going to be your standard STAYC banner, where there is going to be a limited period point reward where you can get an R grade card selector, and the selectors in Superstar STAYC are way more important than in JYP, because for STAYC you can pick the Prism version of a card, and Prism versions generally give you about 10% bonus score when it comes to actually playing songs, and that can boost up your score, that can get you to higher ranks. Generally you need like all 6 members as Prism in order to reach those higher ranks like Gold 3. So keep that in mind. The selectors are really nice in this game in order to pick up Prism cards. In terms of the banners you can pull from, there's going to be the profile set for $10, the starter package, which gives you an automatic Prism for $7.50. There is going to be the celebration package, which is the 3-day limited, where you basically got to buy it in the first 3 days of it coming out, for $9.49. There is the special package for $23, which will also give you 75 points. And then the ones that everyone pulls from, the limited premium pack 10, which will also give you 30 points for 150 diamonds, and then the one random limited premium pack, which will only give you a chance for the Be Mine limited theme, and then give you 2 points for 15 diamonds. Now keep in mind that while these are the banners most people pull from, there's a lower chance of getting Prisms, and again, you want all 6 members as Prism in order to reach those higher ranks, get those higher scores, get more farmable RP. So just keep that in mind. If you're collecting this theme and you have no intentions of making it Prism, it better be because you need like a TEENFRESH theme, or you really like the aesthetics, or you just want to do as much collecting as you possibly can without spending a ton of money. But just keep that in mind. You want as many sets full Prism as much as possible. Looking at the mission event, it's a little bit nicer than the previous one, where the missions are the same, so you complete the song 5 times and then you get an A grade card. For every single STAYC member that you get that's A grade or above and is different, you will get a B grade card, which again is generally for collecting unless you get 2 of the same card. In that case, you could level them up to an A grade card, but it's a little bit better than the previous one, where if you complete the mission event, you will get a wallpaper versus just the one random premium pack 30. Now again, I don't generally vouch for going for wallpapers unless you really like the theme or you really like the group, because there are always going to be mission events that come out that can give you limited merchandise, a chance for a signed Polaroid, a chance for a signed CD. So I generally skip the wallpaper ones unless I really like the theme. All right, now let's go into some of the new stuff here. So we'll open it up to just one of the 2 games, talking about the new Power Up Star Pass. Now, if you want my initial thoughts on it, this is a skip. And the reason I want to say that is because the rewards aren't that great, it's a lot harder to climb the tiers, and then it's actually more expensive than the regular 50 tier star passes. So if we look at the Power Up Star Pass, there aren't any diamonds in here. So you would be spending actual dollars to get no diamonds. Now the trade for that is that this Star Pass does have the new item included, which is going to be these burning tickets, as well as these power-up chance tickets. Now, I think these are neat in the sense that they're new, but I basically think they're a skip, because when you think about what these are, if we go to the shop, we can go for a better explanation of what these are by going into the special area of the shop, and then hitting the burning tickets tab. You can get a bigger look at what these are and what they do. So looking at the burning ticket, while you're playing the game and the ticket is active, you will earn double the RP for playing songs. Now, while this seems really good on paper, these songs generally take about 2 to 3 minutes to complete each. So basically, you're only completing at best 20 to 30 songs, and that's not including if you have to like empty inventory or anything like that. So while it seems nice to double the RP, it only really matters if you are burning through all of your headphones all of the time, because it's just a way of getting more RP faster. And this game has so many different ways of giving you RP. Like, for example, the chocolate ball mission event that's going on for Valentine's Day, the collecting one, can get you a ton of RP all in one go. So if it's RP involving, I generally say it's a free resource as long as you're not burning through all of your headphones, which it really feels like it's very difficult to do in these games, to burn through all of your headphones. So the burning ticket, not so great in my opinion, because you can just farm for more RP outside of those 60 and 30 minutes. And that also means you have to have a dedicated 60 or 30 minutes just to playing the game all the way through. Now, these power-up chance tickets seem really good on paper, right? Because this is basically an on-command power-up chance event that we normally are limited to the holidays. But there are different tiers. So there's the 15% one, the 30% one, and the 50% one, which is basically the holiday power-up chance events. Now, I generally think of these as basically RP and cards, right? Because if it's a 50% power-up chance where it reduces the amount of RP that you need to spend, it basically just means you're saving RP, and because you're using the same amount of cards for less RP, you're also saving cards. But when you really think about it, it's very easy to get C grade cards in this game. Basically, you log in and play for 60 minutes, and then you get 3 right away from that. Every new song you play gives you a new C grade card. Every time you complete a challenge, it's a new C grade card. So it's very easy to get the lower grade cards. And again, anything that's RP related or is RP relatable is generally farmable in my opinion, unless you're completely burning through all of the headphones. So while these seem really nice, again, it's saving you RP and it's saving you cards. And that's not really worth it in my opinion, especially if you have to pay for it with real dollars. So that's the take home point, is if you have to pay for this with dollars, it's generally not worth it. Now, I could see these being very nice when you combine them with the power-up chance for like holiday weekends, like the Valentine's Day one, for example, because if you have the 50% power-up chance ticket on top of the actual weekend itself, that should theoretically be a 75% reduction in the amount of RP that you're burning per level up attempt, which is really, really good. But again, it's RP related, meaning that you can farm for it just by playing the game. So the fact that there are no diamonds in the Star Pass and the fact that everything that you get from it is basically in some way, shape, or form like a farmable RP makes this not worth it. On top of the fact that it's more expensive than your regular Star Pass, which is generally $25, this is $27. It's also a lot more difficult to level up this Star Pass because the daily missions do have increased tier points, but that means you have to be pretty adamant about playing the game. Now, one thing I noticed about this is that for the daily missions for this Star Pass, it's different than the regular 50 tier Star Pass that we normally get, where the song clears now you have to complete 4 songs with 3 stars in any mode, and then you have to clear just 8 songs in general, as opposed to this Star Pass. And keep in mind, this is different for Superstar, JYP, and STAYC, but in JYP, it's only clears a song 3 times with 3 stars in any mode, and then a song 5 times in any mode. So there's higher requirements just to get the tier points for the Power Up Star Pass for rewards that I don't think are worth it. So generally, it's gonna be a skip for me because this is more effort, less reward, and it actually costs more. So this is gonna be a skip for me, but if you're playing just to get the free rewards, definitely go for it because free rewards are nice. And there's actually a few of the Power Up chance tickets built into the free rewards. I believe there's also a burning ticket in here. So like I was saying earlier, it's not worth spending real money on, but it is absolutely worth it just for earning it down the way. So that's going to be my thoughts on the Power Up Star Pass and if I think it's worth it. And the TLDR is I don't think it is. Lastly, it is the last week for the Valentine's Day stuff. So that means if you need to complete your Star Pass, make sure you're working hard on this because there aren't that many days left. Again, in order to complete this Star Pass, you basically need to complete all 5 daily missions about 10 times, and then you need to complete all of the weekly missions. We also still have these random packages. Again, I don't recommend buying into them because they're very high risk, low reward for the most part. And then we do have the Valentine's Day special mission event week 3. This is generally free resources, and actually this one's a little bit easier than the previous week because in terms of obtaining cards, the hardest group in this one is going to be ITZY Born to Be. But remember that you can use the card selectors in the shop in order to complete this mission like I have in the past weeks. But again, these are just free resources. They're free diamonds, which is really good, and then free power-up cards, free packs, a free limited theme. So this is totally worth it and worth dedicating the time to, in my opinion. And then there is going to be the chocolate ball collecting. Again, this is the most OP resource generating in this entire game. Being able to give yourself diamonds just for playing the game. 70 diamonds is almost twice as much as you can earn in a week from just competing in the league. And then you could potentially get that 5 times is absolutely busted just for playing the game. So I really recommend opening this premium box as much as possible. If you time it just right, you can open up 3 of these boxes for free, meaning you only need to play enough to open the box 2 times to get the maximum 5 per day. So I really recommend opening this as much as possible because it's an insane amount of diamonds for free. It's an insane amount of RP for free. Remember that each song, if you're about mid-tier, high-tier in this game, gets you about 1,000 RP per song. So to save on playing like 10 to 40 songs is really, really impactful. Power-up cards, super good for those high tiers where it's going to cost you basically like 5,000 RP just to attempt to level up. This is a really good box, and whenever a holiday is open, I recommend opening these as much as you possibly can. So with that being said, that's going to wrap up my thoughts on the update for the Superstar JYP and Superstar STAYC games for February 15, 2024. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. That's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.